AKAPADers. Welcome to episode 430. I'm your host, Peter A. DeLuca, and this is AKAPAD's Audio Audacity. This is the podcast that brings to you myself, the pop culture pope, the eclectic one, the world sketchbook champion, Spicy Taco himself. We just use this technology so I can talk into your ear about movies, and this is our annual event. This is Friendsgiving. No, this is Thanksflicking. This is where I celebrate the movies that mean the most to me, and a lot of times, like they're for different reasons, and mostly they're for my they're for my reasons. This movie, I love the idea that this movie literally killed a franchise, because we should have a Flash Gordon movie like at least once every 10 years. We should be X3 more movies into the Flash Gordon lineage. This movie literally chopped the franchise. The idea of, now it could be the rights are not exclusive, they're available, the public domain after I think 90 years, like there's a lot of technicalities. But just like our latest movie, we have Dino De Laurentiis. And I was going to do a Dino block because I was really wanting to do Conan the Barbarian. Our next movie will be Top Gun, by the way. We're just going to do an 80s. After Top Gun, we're going to do Rocky 4. But Thanksflicking is just about ideas and memories and reflections of some of these movies. And the biggest thing I loved the most about this movie was that as I got older, just people endlessly trashed it. And growing up, my sister and I loved this movie. My father and us, my mother and us, we all loved this movie. We taped it off of like HBO. We watched it a ton. And then the more I watched this movie, I was just literally watching it like 10 minutes ago. Dr. Zarkov, he's getting his mind. We'll tell you a little bit about the movie. And the plot of Flash Gordon is it's like a football quarterback gets sent to an alien world and he conquers it. End of plot. But he's with this Dr. Zarkov, that goes back to the original comic strip. And he's getting his mind erased. And he pretty much like fakes it. Okay? And he's able to like break this conditioning because he's filled his mind up with so many things in life. And I remember like using this like when I was growing up, because I had such a chip on my shoulder, and it gave me like a recall of my discipline with reading, and my love of reading really came from this movie and that scene. The idea of filling my head up with so much stuff, so much knowledge that I couldn't be broken. I could not be conditioned by someone who thought they were more powerful than me. And I had revelation. That's why I'm so excited just talking about this. And then along the way, okay, we've had this comic book illustrator, greatest cover artist in comic book history, Alex Ross. He started doing some of these paintings for Wizard magazine, and his love, his company logo all came from this Flash Gordon movie. And that really solidified it in the deep culture of geekdom. This is way back before the internet completely destroyed geekdom, as we mentioned in episode 429. We go into a little bit of that there. And then with Alex Ross, we get this appreciation of the colors, the set design, the feeling, the attitude, and a little bit of the intent of this movie, which is, say it with me, F-U-N. Flash Gordon is a fun movie. It's designed to be fun. And it gives us a little bit of these marketing, like the marketing and the positioning that would lead into movies like Batman 89, like Dick Tracy, even Armageddon, to where everything was supposed to have like come together within the media reach of the movie. Music, we want a new star, we want merchandise, we want all of these things, we want Saturday morning cartoons. Like, let's keep it going. We'll never turn off that faucet. So back in the day, you would have to have maybe 2 years of production, to lead into some of these product rollouts. I mean, like, just shipping alone is going to be a few months. So this movie, it's almost like it's so much like Dune, to where it was positioned to be the next big thing. And we have I always forget his name, but the guy that plays Flash Gordon. Also, he's like a security expert. There's Sam Jones. There's a documentary on Sam Jones, who plays Flash Gordon in this movie. But you can see by watching this movie, and you can see by watching Dune 1984, that they're like Kyle MacLachlan as Paul Atreides, Sam Jones as the Flash. You see it. You see where it's like, these are our guys. This is our next big thing. These guys are going to take over Hollywood. They're going to do all of this stuff. This is the next century of leading men. And right now, we're in an age where that's gone. It's like property over the creators, almost, the people who would portray these characters. It's Wolverine first. It doesn't matter who plays Wolverine. It's Iron Man first. It doesn't really matter who plays Iron Man. I know people act like it does, but it doesn't at this point, especially when we have our biggest IP of our time, Batman and Spider-Man, like interchangeable. So this movie is just this onslaught of music and color and acting, underacting, overacting, with a plot, without a plot. It's crazy. It's fun. It fires my imagination every single time. It does get me excited. And the longer I lived, the more I appreciated the music from Queen, and even Toto in Dune 1984. These two movies have the most underrated, underappreciated, progressive, looking for the future, delivering something new music scores in Hollywood history. There's very few movies that I can name that are as effective and creative and electric as these two movies. But Flash Gordon and Queen is so there, especially the non like music video, like the non lyrical parts. I'm talking about the straight up instruments. It's there in beyond measure. And it's great to kind of see that this movie, even Ted, that teddy bear movie with Mark Wahlberg, directed by the Seth MacFarlane. This movie has had a second generation. It's had a revival. It's now there. It's now appreciated. It's now loved. This is the same argument I made with the Eternals episode a few episodes ago, where Eternals right now is raked through the coals. But movies like the Eternals, movies like Dune 84, movies like this do not die for a very specific reason. And shout out to my sis who just met Sam Jones. She posted this most awesome picture on Facebook with him. But so everyone, go watch this movie, have some fun, and thanks flicking